Hello one and all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my first guest on my interview show is this incredible singer and songwriter called Presley Tennant. She has been on The Voice back in 2019 and she has really incredible songs. So I'm about to give Presley an ad into the live now and have a chat with Presley about her music career and what her music career has been like. So here we go. Hi Presley, how's it going?
Hi, good. How about you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Thank you for coming on to my show, by the way. It means a lot.
Thank
Uh,
you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
you're very welcome. So to people that don't know who you are, if you can give a bit of backstory on who you are and what you do, and then I'll dive right into the questions.
So, if you guys are just joining, my name is Presley Tennant. I'm an 18-year-old singer-songwriter from Norco, California. I started off singing very young. I was in a girl group when I was 10 years old, and I was completely fell in love with this whole industry and the whole music industry, things like that. And so it led me to The Voice, for which I was on Team Kelly of season 16, and that was the most incredible experience. And ever since then, I have made my switch to country, but I am so excited for it. And now I'm taking whatever opportunity comes up my way, and I'm so grateful.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the questions now, Presley. So for my very first question, as you mentioned about The Voice, you were on The Voice back in 2019, Team Kelly. What was that experience like for you getting to be on The Voice? And yeah.
Honestly, The Voice was the most incredible experience I've ever had, I will say. It was so liberating, I feel like, is one of the best words to describe it. It really allowed myself to find who I am as an artist, and I am so grateful for that. I got to be amongst those who are top tier musicians of just the entire music industry, any genre. It was some of the most genuine people and the most talented people, and I learned so much from them. And I don't know, it's just incredible. I was spending time with so many incredible musicians. We'd have jam sessions till 11 p.m. every night. We had curfew at 11, so we got to shut it down. But other than that, it was awesome.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. What has your music career been like since after The Voice and stuff?
Honestly, it's been kind of like a whirlwind. I started on the show as a pop artist and came off the show as a country artist, and it's kind of very eye-opening to me because it kind of was one of those things where I was doing a lot of soul searching. Pop just didn't seem to be who I was. As I continued on the show, I kind of was able to understand that and understand the whole side of me and saying that this, if I go a different route, is this going to make me happy? And as soon as I took one little look at going into the whole country route, I knew that that was exactly where I was supposed to be.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. You actually have this really incredible song out called Temporary. What was it like creating this song, and what does temporary mean to you as a person?
Temporary was my first debut single as a country artist, and I worked with the most amazing people. I worked with Kent Wells, who works very closely with Dolly Parton and many other phenomenal artists, and I wrote the song with Liz Ann Hill, and she is absolutely incredible and one of the most genuine souls. But the song, it actually means a lot to me. It's kind of funny because I wrote the song, I just graduated high school this year, and I never really wanted to venture out and try to hang out with somebody and get to know somebody as in a relationship standpoint. And so once COVID happened, and everything started to die down, I became less busy. Shows were canceled. I found myself kind of venturing out, and someone messaged me that I knew from mutual friends. And so I started hanging out with him, and I definitely started to catch feelings fast, very fast. And so we spent all summer together, and then all of a sudden I knew that he was going to be leaving for school, and I thought that was going to be the end of it. So I wrote the song basically saying that if this is temporary, even though that this is temporary, I don't want to change any of the memories because I'm having such a great time.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. You actually have created this other song called The Woods. That was actually a really fantastic song, by the way.
Thank
And
you.
music video too. So what was it like creating The Woods and getting to make this incredible music video?
So that one's actually a funny story too. I want to say 4 years ago, I believe it's 4 years ago, I got a piano for Christmas, like a little keyboard. And I was so excited because like I was starting to learn like piano in school. And so I was on my keyboard the entire day and I wrote The Woods, but it was like a musical theater like song. It turned out that way. And so I sent it to my producer and he was like, yo, we got to change this. Like, this is not it. And I was like, all right, cool. So, but I went into the studio and we really kind of took everything as like, we stripped it all down and it was just the bare minimum. And so I came in and I sang the song, and we loved how the vocals turned out in that whole sense. And so my producer at the time, David Lee Brandt, who's also amazing, he kind of structured the entire song around the feeling that I was grasping towards through the lyrics. And so that was really cool. And I will say that's like one of the first songs like I ever really like truly wrote by myself, spent so much time and pride on. So that's like looking back on it, it's really awesome to see that.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. You have also created this song called Me and You. What was it like creating Me and You, and what does this song mean to you also?
That song, okay, this one, I worked with Adam Watts and he is incredible. And it was like such a fun experience. It was also like one of like my first writing sessions, like outside of my little group that I was with that I used to write with all the time. So it was like a new experience for me and I am so thankful for that. And it was honestly still probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever gotten to be in the writing session with. Just because I don't know, it's such like a more mature feeling than all of like my older stuff that I have. Obviously I was young at the time. I was 13 to 16. I mean, I'm 18 now. I'm still fairly young, but I feel like looking back at it, I'm definitely way more mature. And so like that was like the first one where I was able to like kind of step out and be like, okay, like this is me. Like this is like adulthood type of thing. So
Cool. So on to my very next question. You were actually created this song called BFF, which I have also checked out the music video of too. That was really incredible. What was it like creating BFF and getting to create this music video?
that was honest. Wow, tongue tied. That one was actually super fun. That one I wrote a while ago. That is, dang, it's been a while. I would say that. I think I was 14 when I wrote it. It was about someone that I knew and we had an incident and I didn't know how else to get my feelings out there. So I wrote a song and I feel like everyone can relate to it. I mean, everyone has a BFF, but like sometimes they do be the fake ones. It's my best fake friend. It's a little wordplay. But no, and the music video was super fun. It was all my friends from school, which is really nice. I was first time going back to like actual school because I was homeschooled throughout middle school. So I went to a performing arts high school and everyone kind of does the whole performing aspect already. So it was really nice for them to come in and be supportive and drive the long ways. It was a little out of the distance. But I don't know, that one was super fun. Looking back at it, it's such a great memory.
It kind of gave me Britney Spears kind of vibes, like with the hop kind of
like the hit me baby one more time type of thing in the hallway with the schoolgirl outfit.
Yeah, incredible. It was really incredible, by the way.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So on to my very next question. So you actually have created this other song called Outfit of the Day. What was that like?
You're bringing back all the old ones. I have not listened to those in so long. Hey, okay, this is just going to be a little short explanation. Outfit of the day. You got a cute outfit on and you just want to stunt a little bit. You do the little hashtag OOTD. So that's what that song is about.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. Who inspired you as a person to get into singing and performing in the first place?
This one I feel like stems back to when I was super young. I will say that Kelly Clarkson was one of my idols and still is one of my main idols. I mean, she is the most incredible woman I've ever met and she taught me so much. And the opportunities that she gave me and allowed me to sing with her. Like, she invited me up to Vegas to sing with her after the finale of The Voice, and it was my 17th birthday. So she sang me like happy birthday and brought me out a cake on stage. So she's definitely has been one of my major influences, as well as people like Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert. Very powerhouse vocals. Demi Lovato. It kind of all ranges. I have so many different people that I looked up to for so many different reasons. I mean, I can go on and on. There's so many. Like Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, Etta James. I love old music, especially like old soul kind of music. That definitely, I will say, is one of like my favorite things. And it's just the history behind everything and how so immersed every single artist was in that like time decade, was in their music. And so I feel like music kind of strayed away from that, but now it's making its way back into the real meanings and the true deep feelings of where everything is rooted.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. What have you learned about yourself as a person especially during COVID this year?
I have learned that, number one, I can't take myself too seriously, and that, boy, I miss performing. Oh my gosh, I miss it so much. I feel like you have to have so many different outlets, especially during that crazy time. A lot of people are so used to going out with friends and keeping themselves distracted from things. But I used to hang out with my friends all the time. That was one thing that I really missed as well, is that I couldn't go and hang out with everybody. I mean, I was stuck in my house for months. FaceTime was my best friend. I FaceTimed everybody till like 3 a.m. every single night. But I feel like everyone has their own different ways of doing things. And my outlet of getting through, I guess, tough times, or if I want to be distracted or I want to do something fun, mine was really definitely performing. And that is one thing that I took for granted, I will say, because everyone kind of thought, oh, this is going away after 2 weeks. I mean, I know I had spring break, and I thought, I was like, oh, like our spring break got like pushed back like another 2 weeks, party time, I get a 3-week vacation. And that wasn't the case. It ended up being like, that was it, you weren't going back to school anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, high school gone, all right. I mean, I was barely there already. I was on independent study majority of the time, so it's not like it was something new, and it was easy. It was an easy transition. But I don't know, I feel like I kind of found myself as an artist too, because I had so much free time, and I was able to really dive in and focus on my craft. I mean, I have my guitar sitting here, and I would stay up all the time as well writing. I didn't have much going on, so I had to find different ways to keep my time busy. That was kind of like a rambled answer, but that's the main point.
No, it was amazing. It was amazing. So on to my very next question. You're actually a part of this SOS Foundation. What's it like being a part of this SOS Foundation?
I am eternally grateful for being a part of this foundation. It means the absolute world to me, and something that I stand so closely behind. And I feel like everyone kind of has their moments where they're feeling down or they aren't at the top of their game type of thing. Especially with COVID, everyone has kind of had to take a step back from reality and had to find themselves in that sense, and because they weren't around people. I mean, like I said, some people's distractions and the ways to get through their day was hanging out with people or talking or going to work and things like that. Something to keep them motivated, because COVID is here. They had to take a step back from everything, and that could really affect someone's mental health. And so that's why I, especially during these times, am so grateful for SOS, because it is the one platform where we're able to let people know that they aren't alone, and that if they want to talk, that we want to listen to them, and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And not a lot of people realize that, but we do these things every Tuesday. We do Instagram lives, and we go on there and tell a little bit about our story and who we are. Most of us are musicians, so we all kind of sing a few songs just to kind of like get everybody in there. But other than that, we guest a few people that want to come on our lives and tell their stories to our audience, and let them know that they aren't alone. We also do amazing things like have auctions, and you can donate on our website. And those donations go to different things that we pay for people's therapy if they can afford it. We want people to get the help that they need, and we want them to thrive. And so that's why I stand so closely behind SOS.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. If you could work with any top 3 music artists in the industry, who would they be and why?
That's a hard one. That is a hard one. I could not pick just 3. Okay, my top 2 would be Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert. I absolutely adore them. The most incredible vocals as well as writers. They are incredible. I'm gonna name probably 4 more because that's just what's gonna happen.
Fine.
Chris Stapleton, Luke Combs, Riley Green. I mean, I'd love to work with Dolly. That would be incredible. Any of the greats, Ashley McBride. It is so, their musician and their artistry really shows who they are. Not only as an artist, but they show who they are as a person, because I feel like there's so many different times where people are on stage and they're one person, they come off stage and they're another. But I feel like in country, everything is just so they're together in one, the best of both worlds. And so something I really admire. So I could go on and on even more with how many different musicians I would want to work with, but those are definitely my top favorites that I would love to.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So what are the positives and negatives into the music industry, and how do you get through those negatives as a person?
I feel like everyone has their fair share of ups and downs. When you're up, you feel like you're on top of the world, but when you come down and there's so many different negative things happening, it could feel like the end of the world. But it's just how you take those negatives and how you let it affect you. And so one thing that I've done is that I almost took it as motivation. And if someone said that I couldn't do something, I wanted to prove them wrong. If somebody was trying to hold me back, I was going to break free and just do my own thing, because ultimately I have to make myself happy at the end of the day. And I feel like that's most important. And a lot of people, I've learned that throughout the years, is that you can't please everybody. You can't. And that is one thing that's a hard pill to swallow, because as someone who performs and wants everyone to enjoy everything, not everyone's going to, and that's okay. It's totally okay. And so I feel like through the negatives, you have to, as long as you're making yourself happy, that's the ultimate goal.
Awesome. So on to my very last question. So what's next for you after COVID-wise with music and stuff?
I am currently working on an album EP that is supposed to be coming out very, very soon, as well as during this holiday season. I am doing a little holiday concert, a virtual concert with SOS that is happening very soon. You can go to the SOS for Life official page and you can check that out, as well as doing just different interviews and staying busy making music. But as soon as some restrictions are lifted and it is safe to go perform, you can definitely be looking out for that, because I have stuff in the works.
Awesome. Well, can I just say thank you so much, Presley, for coming onto my show. It really means a lot. Everyone, whoever hasn't listened to Presley Tennant, she's one truly incredible singer and performer. Definitely go give her amazing and incredible support. She's truly incredible. Any last final words or anything that you would like to say to people on the show?
If you guys are coming from his page, you can go follow me at Presley Tennant, which is PresleyTennant, and make sure to stay tuned. I have so many exciting things, and I'm so excited to share them with everybody. And thank you so much again for having me.
So this is where I start. I gotta go so far, down the hill, through the woods, where the scary things are. I met this creature. He said, nice to meet ya. I said, I'm sorry, sir, gotta get on my way before the day ends. Gotta find my way, a way to escape this figure to my happy place. It's where I'm going, I won't give up, no, I don't need luck. Following the path, sticking to the road, into the woods is where I'll go. Now excuse me, sir, step out the way. Could talk to me later, but it's not today. Running in the woods, woods, away from it all. The fear, the hatred, so big, so small. Oh, turning back, I'm not holding on to that. Just me by myself, not a care in the world. Look all around, it's so misunderstood. Now I know I'm like Little Red Riding, starting my journey. No need to worry, the scary things are far behind me. Wait, what's that sound shaking through the ground? No concern, please don't chase me down. Run fast, can't slow down, can't go back, there's no time now. Following the path, sticking to the road. Into the woods is where I'll go. Now excuse me world, step out the way. You can try me later, but it's not today. Running in the woods, away from it all. The fear, the hatred, something big, so small. Oh, no turning back, I'm not holding on to that. Just me by myself, not a care in the world.